everyone, we are all set up. It is 5 minutes after 9 when the market was supposed to open, but it looks pretty laid back, pretty chill. So let's see how we're going to do today. I am at a different market than the one that I usually go to, so it's exciting, something new to try. I've got some of my things set up and a table for my girls as well. It's a bit of a smaller market. There's only about 12 other booths here with me, and there's a gentle breeze going on today. I've been walking around, looking at other people's booths, and it definitely looks like everyone at this market is super talented. As you've already seen, there's not a ton of booths here, and I have been advised that the first couple hours of this market are usually pretty slow, and then it picks up around 11. So we'll see how it's gonna go. Right now it is 9:56. It's at 10:38, and I've moved my chair over into the shaded part of the booth. It is now 10:56, still no sales. The clock just chimed for 11 o'clock. It's now like 11:03, so it's been a few minutes, and I still haven't made any sales. There's been definitely some people coming by and checking out the booth, so maybe it'll be good. I keep telling myself all I really need is for a couple people to buy like 2 of the larger items on my booth, and my day will be good. I've been having to come and pick up things that keep getting blown over by the wind, but not too bad, not too bad. Well everyone, I just made my first sale. It was a vendor that's a few booths away from me. He's here selling some of the books that he wrote himself, which I thought was really cool, but he came over and purchased a little yellow pumpkin from me for $2.50, but still super cool. I'm gonna go see if I can use it to buy a cookie. It's 11:47, so we're coming up on close to just an hour left. It is 12:05, and there are definitely already some booths that are packing up. I believe this was an advertised event to go from 9 to 1. That just kind of tells you about maybe what the expectation was for this place and how people are feeling about it. Of course, I'm really just thankful that I got to get out to a different market and meet people who have different types of booths. I thought that was really interesting, amazing opportunity to get to meet different artists and crafters of all kinds. There are 45 minutes left, and I refuse to give up hope. At this point, I'm getting pretty thirsty, and since no one here is selling anything to drink, I'm wondering if I too should go ahead and start packing up my things to go. Everyone, I finally got my tent and all of my market things loaded into the car. I had to take a little break and go and get some refreshments at the fast food place across the street real quick because I was just being severely impacted. Well, I shouldn't say severely, but I was definitely being impacted by the nice and toasty 90-degree weather that we are experiencing. So I was thinking I might go to Michael's, but I might go ahead and just shut that plan down. Let's get home where it's nice and cool. Everyone, I am back from the market. Physically, I am feeling pretty exhausted. It wasn't that my experience market-wise wasn't good. It was fun getting to see the other vendors, absolutely. By the last hour though, when the sun was really out, with the heat, I could really feel a drag, and I actually started packing up a few minutes early, probably about 25 minutes early from the last clip that you saw before I started packing up. I had to stop before I even got my tent loaded because I needed something to drink so bad, and finally when I got a drink and I came back over there, then getting the tent loaded wasn't such a big deal. It was actually a lot easier than it seemed before being hydrated. So there's a lesson to always drink lots of water, always stay hydrated, especially when we're doing these markets out in the sun. That said, this might be my last market for a little while because this market made me appreciate the market in the town where I live even more, because our local farmers market, there might not be as many people in the town. Our local farmers market is definitely a big thing, and a lot of people come out to support the handmade small businesses And I've got to say, at this market that I went to today, it was a little disappointing because I felt like not only did I barely make any sales, my booth also just didn't get that much attention. You know, that's fine. I understand I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but it definitely makes me appreciate that in my own community, people really do appreciate that crocheters and small artisans, like that we make things with our own hands. Yeah, I'm thankful for that. It kind of makes me feel like maybe I'm where I'm supposed to be in a way. All that said, am I getting bored of going to the farmer's market in my hometown? I hate to say it, I hate to say that, but the thing is, I have been wanting to just take little adventures and, you know, go elsewhere and see what else there is to offer in the world. Again, that said, I feel like my local farmers market is definitely set up for farmers and people in the communities to be able to help support themselves, to be able to supplement their income and be able to like put food on the table, so to speak. And I noticed at the market that I was at today, that was not the case. Like I was hearing some people talk about like what they do for a living. It was clear that this was a hobby for them, perhaps not something that is necessarily being relied upon for sustenance for their family. So that was kind of frustrating. And I mean, that makes sense. Like why weren't drinks being offered to us? Oh, because they think that we came prepared with like our AC SUV and a bunch of water bottles, which I definitely did not. So lesson learned. I'm really out here doing this. Like I love getting to crochet, but I also do this for my family. And I don't really have the extra funds to make myself especially comfortable to go and be outside for 4 hours in the heat without access to like a bathroom or water. I'm sure there was a bathroom there if I would have asked, but I didn't ask and it wasn't made known to me, so. Well everyone, I especially appreciate you guys if you made it all the way to the end of this video. Thank you so much, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a like. I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Again, have a great day. Bye!